It's Brian Preston, the money guy.
Don't screw it up. Don't blow it.
Yeah, we just covered how leverage is the siren song to accelerate wealth, and it truly can do it. But there's also a way that it could take you a step back. So we put out the rule of don't screw it up, because there's just going to be a lot of ways that you can build wealth, but there's a lot of traps you can fall into. So we want to kind of give you the guidance of things we've experienced and seen people make mistakes or good things, so you can be aware of it. And the first thing is the day-to-day progress versus the long-term progress.
Yeah, watching your net worth grow is a lot like watching a tree grow. If you stare at it every single day, you might was that a move? Is that good? Is everything okay? You get hyper-focused. You don't actually see any growth. You plant a tree and you walk away and you come back later. Oh, wow, that thing's growing. Oh, wow, that thing's getting bigger. And then enough time passes, you're like, holy cow, when did this giant oak come to be? You had to give it enough time to do what time allows it to do.
I often share, you guys know I'm big on talking about the power of compounding growth and how $1 can become $88. What people don't understand about that is that if you're investing, and this is part of screwing it up, you start investing, you're building your assets, you look at it 10 years in the future, and we know that every tech decade, there's probably going to be 2 downturns through that decade. And I don't want you, after 10 years of investing, to go, these guys told me I was going to turn $1 into $88, but I'm thinking I'm going to put thousands of dollars, so it's going to be a much bigger pot. 10 years, you're going to get frustrated. This is what I mean by don't screw it up. Don't get frustrated. Lose your consistency. Lose your patience and persistence to where you actually don't get to see the tree grow from the sapling to this big, huge thing. That's what we mean by being careful about understanding that compounding requires time to make this all work.
And another way to not screw it up is don't try to do too much. You might say, oh man, I want my net worth to pop. I'm ready to go. So I'm going to go all in on Bitcoin, or I'm going to go all in on Tesla. I'm going to go all in on fill in the blank. Or you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to go take all the equity out of my home and I'm going to put that in the market, because then I'm going to be able to blow. It's okay to build wealth slowly, because when you try to move too fast, when you try to do too much, when you try to be too aggressive, that's when you put yourself in a risky place and in a risky position. And another thing I think that is amazing, I see people do this all the time. They say, guys, I'm at the beginning of my journey. Like I don't have any money. Why would I do a net worth statement? Odds are my net worth statement today is even negative because I'm only 22 years old. The sooner you start tracking it, the sooner you will get excited about continuing to track it. So I would argue no matter where you are, whether you're that boardroom CEO that's worth $80 million right now, or you're that college graduate that has $80 in your pocket, do your very first net worth statement this year, and I promise you, your future self will not regret it.
I can speak to especially everybody who's out there who you're worried that your net worth might be negative right now, because I get it. I mean, it's a scary thing, and you feel like if you go through this exercise of actually doing the net worth tool, it's going to be kind of sad to see maybe even further behind than you realize.
Yeah.
And look, I have a self-confession here, because this all gets into the extreme power of activating the invisible hand. When I started my first company, I went to conferences, because let's face it, when you don't know what you're doing, that you feel like, let's get busy doing nothing. Let's just keep going to conferences and learning, and surely somebody will have the solution. And here's a case where they actually did share a solution, but I just didn't want to hear it. And that's kind of what I feel like we're doing with this net worth tool today, is that I went to conferences, and I kid you not, every year they would have you see the same speakers, and they'd say, look, you need to, if you're going to be a successful business owner, write down who your ideal client is. And then I want you to do even better than that. I want you to take that ideal client, compare it to your actual existing clients, and rate them A clients. That's who you're really hoping you attract in the future. B clients, which are good clients, and then you got C clients, or clients that are okay, but you just need to be careful that you don't overload your book with C clients, because they might not fit into everything perfectly. So I heard this, and I went to, I kid you not, this was probably 4 years, 5 years, and I'm like, these guys, I don't have time. And at the time, I was just saying I didn't have time. The reality is I was scared to see what the reality of my situation is. But you know what? After 5 to 6 years of this going on, I said, I'm going to do this exercise. I'm going to prove that this is not what they say it will do. So I recorded my ideal client. I recorded whether my clients were A, B, or C clients. And here's what I realized, guys. 70% of my clients were in that C column. And only between B and A clients, it was 30%.
30%, yeah.
And that was disappointing. So I do the exercise. I fast forward 24 months in the future, and I look at my clients again. This is the part, and this is what I'm talking about, invisible hand. It's flipped. Now I've got 70% of my clients are in that A column, A and B column, and only 30%, not because we went out and started, I don't fire clients. Anybody who knows the Abound Wealth way we do things, we don't fire clients. It's just that we grew in a way. We activated that invisible hand to where I can't tell you what changed, but we started attracting the right type of clients. We started doing the right type of things in business that we grew. The same exact thing happens with net worth statements. I've been tracking my net worth statement since 2006. And it was so fun for me to use this net worth tool and input all of those every year into the system and see how this is activated over the years. It is life-changing. And that's the thing. Don't hear this and be scared of your negative net worth or your low net worth and say, I'm just going to not do this. Get excited that today is the day that you actually start building your wealth journey.
And here's what we've done. We're making available to you the exact template that we use. And I think this is probably my favorite part about the template is the dashboard. Because this dashboard is going to put right in front of you every year the things that you should be focused on and the things that should be top of mind. Like, what's my net worth doing over time? How are my assets growing? How are my liabilities decreasing? What's going on with my liquid assets? Where am I on my journey to abundance? What is my Money Guy accumulator score? How have I built my tax buckets? And then what's my army of dollar bills doing? How potent, how powerful is my army of dollar bills? What's amazing is when you start tracking your net worth. First year, it might not be incredibly exciting. You might be negative. It's just one. But the second year, you're going to see some progress. You're going to be like, oh, wow, holy cow. And then the third year and fourth year and fifth. And before long, you're going to have 10 years of data in here. You're going to be, holy cow. How did I get here? How did I go from where I was then when I didn't know what in the world I was doing to where I am now? And this is going to remind you every year of why you're making the decisions that you're making and why this can be maybe the most powerful tool in your entire financial arsenal.
I think it's incredible because if you do this exercise, and we have a case study up there on the visual screen, but for all of my podcast listeners and others, you're going to see that, yeah, there's going to be years like in this case where this person lost their job around 2014. And you're going to see that net worth and other things took a hit during that period. But then there's other periods where the net worth spiked by 50% because maybe you got a combination of you saved really and invested really well. The investment marketplace recovered nicely. You get to watch and visually experience every bit of that. That's the stuff that's going to change your life. And I'd really encourage you, take advantage of this because it's not just the CPA in me, it's the part of me that gets very sentimental about the journey because the older you get, you're going to be, I'm telling you, as a person who's approaching his 50s, I started this in 2006 of tracking my annual net worth. I wish I'd have started the year I graduated college. That's what I wish I'd have done. I missed it by about 10 years. We went around the office and asked all of our advisors, are you doing net worth statements? The answer is yes, they are. What was amazing to me, though, is I was talking to some of our primaries. We do have advisors in this building that started the year after graduating college. Right. I'm so jealous that they did that. It took even me as a financial mutant to start 10 years after graduation. Do better. You can use this tool. You can visually see it. It's going to waken up that invisible hand in your brain, and this is what's going to create wealth.
So if you want to use this tool, if you want to have access to it, go to learn.moneyguy.com. We are making it available for $29, and it's not like $29 every year or $29 monthly. For one $29 investment, you get to have this template that you can take and use, and you can build year after year to watch your financial journey grow. And I think you're going to look back 1, 3, 5, 10 years from now and say, holy cow, I can't believe that I've come this far.
Yeah, pricing is one of those things. We did this on purpose. This was one of those that I want everybody who uses it to get finish the exercise and be like, I really got that for $29. I can't believe how affordable. That's on purpose. This is, we talk about the abundance cycle on this show all the time, is that I want to come give you free information. I want to give you very affordable tools, whether it's free on themoneyguy.com/resources, whether it's, affordable tools like the FOO course or even this net worth tool. You go to learn.moneyguy.com. That's all part of the abundance cycle. Because you go learn, you're going to apply, you're going to grow, and you're going to reach a level of success that we call this the abundance cycle. You're going to remember who planted all these seeds, all these tools. We ask for nothing in return until the fact that when you get that success, you will take the relationship to the next level. I love it because it's a win-win proposition for all of us. We love investing in you because we know that this stuff is good enough. You will be successful if you just follow the steps and if you actually do the exercise and the homework of utilizing the tools we've created for you. I'm your host, Brian Preston, Mr. Bo Hansen. Money Guy team, learn, apply, grow, abundance, out.